Today we'll be talking about Nigerian women and politics, its challenges as well. I mean, we've seen lately how women have participated in politics, whether it is voting or they are involved in, being the people who have thrown themselves off to be voted for, and the challenges that is also coming up with those parts of participation as it relates to women. We have with us live in the studio Ijeoma Joy Oguadimma. She's Executive Director, Women Empowerment, Education and Peace Building Initiative, WEPI. She will give us an overview of what the politics and women are, especially as it concerns this country, Nigeria. Good to have you. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Charles. Good to be here.
All right. So every now and then when we talk about women in politics, especially in Nigeria, the first thing that comes out is the challenges. If you get involved in politics, what happens to the home? And most people would say, look, instead of having women focus on, getting into that dirty space of politics, they should just stick to what they can do to help the society through the home. That debate is still raging. I mean, everywhere you bring it, there are people who are sharply divided about that direction. What's your take on this, and how do you think women can participate in politics without that thought of, well, you know what, your home may suffer if you involve yourself more in politics?
All right, thank you very much, Charles. Whenever we talk about women participation in politics, some people see it as a taboo. How can a woman go into politics? It's not good for a woman to be in politics. This, that, and the rest of them, which is very wrong ideologies and a bad misconception. If a woman can take care of her home very well, as a leader, take care of her home, so why didn't you think that a woman can be in politics and do better? I think this is one of the challenges we started having, is an ancient ideology that they believe that a woman is not supposed to be in politics. Maybe, let me just say in Africa, but not in other Western world, because if you go to other countries, see what women are doing. Even women are becoming president in some countries now. So when it comes to Nigeria, they still see it as a taboo, and which is not supposed to be like that. And I always ask this question: if a woman can be a leader of the family and it takes care of the family, why do you think so that she won't be able to take care of any election or any position, or even become the president of Nigeria? Number one is because people are biased. And the number two is some of these cultural values that we have. A woman is not supposed to be forefront. A woman is supposed to be in the kitchen. A woman is not supposed to be. And they have made even our fellow women to understand that you see some of our women, when you are encouraging them to go into politics, say, no, here is a dirty game. What makes it a dirty game? Sometimes I ask them this question: what makes it a dirty game to be a leader, to lead in your country, to take a position, and you say it's a dirty game? It's not a dirty game, but it's how people have seen politics. I know how they have envisioned politics. They now made it to they now see it as it's a bad thing, or it's not something a woman can venture. But a woman has today, in today's world, even in Nigeria, I was just reading something about this the CEO or the MD of Zenith Bank. They were just talking how she employed more women in the banks, and they are doing the banks are doing very well today in every area because more women are there. So if a woman go into politics, what do you think that if a woman that is a leader in the home, taking care of her home and making sure that homes are running very well, becomes the governor of a state or maybe the Senate or something in the country, don't you think that woman will go very well?
Actually, some of the arguments will be that there's a lot of emotions that comes with women managing things. I mean, if you talk about the home, you would need your emotions, to be in check in order for you to be able to manage the home. And sometimes politics is devoid of, emotions. Sometimes you just have to do the needful and damn the consequences and make sure that you do things in the way and manner that is good for the majority of people. But some persons argue that women don't have that emotional stability to manage politics. I mean, it's different from managing the home.
Says who? Says who? I was just yesterday. Someone saw me. I said, "You didn't go to work." Okay, I was eating. He came to my house and I was eating. So he now said, Chief, this one you are eating. You are just eating like this. I was eating in the pot. And I said, please, I'm hungry, so I don't have time to eat, to carry food and moreover. He said, Chief, like you. I said, no. When I go outside, Chief, outside in my house, I am a mother. You get what I'm saying? So when you come to your house, you become that emotional. That is the power of a woman. You become that emotional, take care of your home and run your home. When you go outside, you bring that ruggedity that you will also use when people try to bend you down or try to step on your toe. You have that mind to take care of things outside. But if you go with emotional women, no, you need to strategize yourself. There is a way things work. There is a way you need to work on yourself. For instance, now, if I'm in the office, if I'm outside, I am the boss in my office. If I'm in my house, I am the builder in my house. You plan it very well. Right. So when you go to outside, when you come outside, do the right thing. When you come home, use that your emotion to manage your home. Right.
And most ladies don't have this orientation that you have put out just now. Maybe a few people would have, but most don't have it. I mean, because again, given an example of someone who is in politics right now, the case of Natasha, some persons believe that it's our emotions that is on overdrive. She's not using.
But it's not. This Natasha she's intelligent, she's smart, she's managing her home, and she's also in politics doing very well. It's not any emotion. The woman stand out. What other women are scared of saying? I don't know if you are getting. You know the case of Natasha. Yeah. All of us know her case. What is her case? Being assaulted and the rest of them. And you see that so many women, something like that has happened to them. They covered it because they don't want to lose their job, because they don't want people to stigmatize them and call them all kinds of names. But you saw Natasha, she stood out and said, this is what happened to me, and I want the society to know this is how it happens to me. So how can you now say, oh, because you did something to me, everybody is expecting you to cover it, and you said no? She had to speak out with the boldness. Everybody now said that she's using emotion. How is she using emotions? There is no emotions there. This is what is called having that boldness to speak out. That is what makes her a good leader, a quality leader. Not when you come out, things are not being normal, you are covering it. I have a case I was just discussing with someone yesterday. The woman called out her husband on social media on child molestation or something. So people are shouting, even women, whatever that happened, go inside and do it. But the man arrested her and assaulted her, brutalized her, and the rest of them. Everybody kept quiet. Immediately the woman came out to speak out what happened to her, how the man has been intimidating her. Everyone now say, go inside, go inside. And the woman was like, no, she's not going to go inside, because when the man, all of you saw what the man did to her, nobody spoke out. You get what I'm saying? So now the woman tend to speak out to the society to hear what happened. Everybody now see her, oh, that she's a sinner, that let us kill. That is exactly the case of Natasha. Other women, they have been assaulting them, they have been doing all kinds of things. They see it as normal. It's nothing to them. But immediately Natasha stood out to speak out. No, I am against this. I cannot take this. You people are trying to take away my voice. And they now said that she's using her emotion. No, now.
Yeah, but the reason is, people who doubt her thought is that, why didn't she speak out at the time she was supposed to? Why was it at the time when her seat was changed? That was when she started speaking.
But because she couldn't take it again. She couldn't take it again.
No, changing the seat is actually normal in the Senate. It's not.
But there are things that has been happening.
Yeah, those things that have been happening. That's what I'm saying. You say you have been assaulted, sexually by the Senate president. How come you didn't report it? Why did you wait until when they they changed your seat? Because everybody's seat gets changed in the Senate. Everybody's seat gets changed. So why was it at that time? That was when you now remembered something that happened 1 year ago or 2 years ago. So if they didn't change that seat, you wouldn't have remembered it.
Not at all.
That's what happened.
No, let me tell you something, Charles. There is a way things work. You might be doing me something, and I will keep enduring that. You might be doing things to me, I will keep enduring that. Say, okay, I will, because of what people will say, because that is the society we are into. Now, maybe something led to another, and they change. Maybe changing of that seat is not actually what happened, but maybe they projected it, and she couldn't bear it again. She now busted out, and everybody now say, it's because of the seat they changed, and they are changing every other person's own. How come her own? No, maybe if we start asking them, if the boss and the Natasha will come out and say, she will start telling you people what happened and the rest of them, you people might not accept that. Sometimes you see women, they cover so many things because of the way society sees them. They will keep bottling up so many things, keeping quiet to make sure, oh, I don't want the one I will say now. They say, because she have arrived, she have gotten to this position, that is why she's behaving, that is why she's rude, and the rest of them. Sometimes we bottle up so many things because of that stigmatization or the names that people will call us. But sometimes you cannot keep quiet for long, because the more you keep quiet, that is why I keep telling people, speak out. If someone did something to you that you don't like, immediately speak out. Don't cover it. Even if it is your husband, even if it is your whoever the person is, and you tell this person, please, I don't like this thing that you did to me, and the person repeat it, speak out immediately. Don't wait till when things will happen, because now that time, so people will start saying, why didn't you speak out? Why didn't you talk? Why didn't you do exactly what they are now blaming Natasha? But if Natasha spoke out immediately that time, that look at what the Senate president did to her, immediately they will say, power has entered her head. This woman, I don't know if you are getting me. Sometimes it's wisdom. Sometimes it's wisdom. Not that you are a fool, not that you don't know what to say or you don't know what to do. Sometimes you take your time and plan yourself. But if you, for instance, every time you come to office, you pinch me, I will keep quiet. If you keep, the thing will be paining me, I will keep enduring it. You know, the day I will burst, it will be something else. And the people will not even know, or they won't even ask you, why is this person so aggressive, or why is he fighting this person, without knowing that you have been pinching me, and I keep enduring that. And when I say no, I can't take it again, then everybody will not say, hey, why didn't you talk immediately? So sometimes it's wisdom that it requires. Maybe she have been using her wisdom, trying to follow the man diplomatically, which as someone that has wisdom, but you see that it is not working. And when this thing now happened, this change of seat happened, and the woman boiled out, everybody is now started asking, why didn't you do this one? I have a woman that she told me, she confided in me that time and told me that her husband has been molesting the girl that was staying with her, and she told her that he told the woman, the wife, that he cannot do anything, and if he takes the girl out, that he will go and bring another person. So this woman was keep enduring this thing for years, because she told me she's an orphan and there are only 2 girls. The parents are late, it's just 2 of them. The other sister is married, the husband is not really doing something big enough, and she married this one and he has money, but you see the thing. So she started saving, you see the wisdom there. She started saving, and one day when she saved enough, she said that she no do again. She said that she's not interested in the marriage again. The man now went and started telling people how evil, how demonic. Now the woman started telling people what the man has been doing, how he impregnated her nannies. They did so many kind of things, and the rest of them. Now that she can't bear it again, because the society started seeing that because you have money now, you have started disrespecting your husband. The woman confided me. I said, open up, speak out. Let them also hear your own story, because the more you keep quiet, the more people will still see you as you are the bad person there. So sometimes it's wisdom that you use to follow things. If you don't handle it again, then you speak up. My kind of person, if you do me something now, I will tell you, please don't do it again. So let's not blame the woman by starting saying, why did she speak out? Is it because they changed her? No. Let's call a spade a spade. That is the most important thing.
From the premise of what she has done, how do you think women would view this situation? Because again, women are also looking at the situation, are also reading meaning to everything. Because even if you put out the stories on social media, you see women who support what Akpabio is doing. That, I mean, this thing, are you sure it is just this particular thing that is causing all this uproar? Are you sure there's nothing more to what is actually happening? So how should Nigerian women react to what Senator Natasha is doing right now?
Number one, how will I say, anybody that is sensible enough, that is knowledgeable enough, that is well educated and well exposed, you see all these women that are knowledgeable enough and well exposed, you see how they are supporting Natasha. It's only a woman that don't even know her left and right. It's them that are coming out to say, even I saw when they were doing a protest, and they asked a woman, why are you people, why are you saying that Natasha must leave? She said she must leave. So what did she do to you? She said, I hate her. What did she do to you? You see her orientation. She said, what did she do to you? That is someone you don't know. I said, do you know her? When they were asking her question, do you know? I said, I don't know her. So what did she? She's disrespecting a man. She's disrespecting a man because of, oh God. When I said that, I told one of my colleagues, we still need a lot of work to do. A lot of mental empowerment to start reorientating these women, to start changing their views about life. Sometimes we see women in politics, I mean, their group, women manifesto. You see women, how they are talking about these issues of Natasha and the rest of them. You see, coming out, they will keep telling us, if we don't act now, these men, if we don't use this opportunity, this Natasha's case, to stand firm in politics, they will, men will put us to the back. And I told them what we have to do. What of those community women? Because they are the people they are using. They will go to the communities, give them 2,000 naira, tell them carry placard. They don't know what they are doing with placard, but they are just dancing around. Natasha must go. So what are we doing? The way this is the two set of people. The way the people that view it as what the senator did is bad, and the people that view it because of the 2,000 naira that was given to them. So what they want is their money, because you know what, there is hunger in the country. There is hunger in the country. So when they tell you that I'm going to give a woman that doesn't have what to cook for her family today, and you come out and tell her, I'm going to give you 5,000 naira, carry this placard, let me say this Natasha must leave, you will see how she will do. Natasha must leave. But when you sit her down and they train her and they educate her, don't you want a woman to be president? Do you see this thing? When you give her instances, you see that she will retrieve back. So that is why we keep training the women. Like in our office, we have an academy called Women Leadership Academy, where we train women. Is always a course that we do for three months. We train women on leadership, politics, national transformation, and the rest of them. And you see them catching them young from secondary school in the university. Before, you hardly see universities that a young girl vie for SUG president, and you dare not. But today, what is happening? The societies are changing. Today, from one of our students vied for SUG president, and one became chief judge, one became president of computing science. What has never been done is different schools and the rest of them. Another one became president in SUG president and the rest of them. You see, things are changing because of what? Because we are educating them. We are telling them that politics is for everybody. Is not for a particular gender, and we need to start getting them young to understand that what our mothers did before can't happen today again. If not, they will still put us in back. They will still tell us that you don't have any right to talk. That is why whenever they talk about 35% affirmative action, I say, okay, fine, no problem. But are we begging men? This is what everybody's supposed to go for. If you win, you win. You get what I'm saying? If you win, you win. One time in the communities that we are working, one of the academy, because we have these academies in the communities, not just in the urban areas, we have it in the community. So we're also training those women. When one of the women told me that she wants to contest for Commissioner of Girls Guide in Enugu State, I was like, wow, this is one of the women that can't even talk, that don't know how to speak good English. So I told her, yeah, are you sure? She said, yes. Do you know what I did? I said, call all the women that you think that are going to support you. Tell them, let them come. I went there. There were so many. I started telling them for importance for a woman, for them to vote for that woman. And did you know what? When after training them, giving them that mental empowerment. And the woman picked the form, vied for the post, and she won. A woman in the community vied for Girls Guide, and today she's the commissioner of Girls Guide in Enugu State. You see, power of orientation, power of training. So that is it. Those women that is viewing that Natasha is disrespecting her husband is because they haven't understand anything. Some of them did not go to school. Some of them are market women that don't know anything. Some of them are believe in this cultural dominance that it must be a man that will lead you, and the rest of them, as long as you are not disrespecting anybody, just that you stand on your ground to make sure that things are working very well. So what is their view all about, saying that Natasha is no, she's not disrespecting anybody, but she's doing the right thing. And it's left for us to train as human rights activists and agenda advocates to train those women, to tell them, see, what Natasha is doing is good. We are trying to change the narratives. We want to see where a woman become governor in a state. We want to see where a woman become Senate president in a state. Let it not just be men, that we can do better. So it's left for us to start changing their views and making sure that we get it better. So by 2027, we can see women that comes out to vie for any political position. So I think that is it.
Right. How much of help do the women really need, and where would this help come from? I mean, we've spoken about how men dominate and how men try to put women down, and the reason why I said politics is even a dirty game in Nigeria is, I mean, most of these political meetings are done in the middle of the night, and done in the wee hours of the night. And sometimes when women attend these meetings and come back, you're going to come back to a husband who will be angry, definitely. And I mean, if you have a boyfriend, you are going to be angry. That at some point that your girlfriend is in the middle of a political game, you know, and coming back in the middle of the night. So it becomes really difficult for a woman in Africa to delve into that space. How much of help do you really think that men can give? Because on one hand, you could say men in politics can assist, but there's a particular man who is responsible for you, who would also be thinking that, am I sure I want to let this continue to happen?
All right, thank you very much. Number one is that before you get into marriage, before, you know, this institution called marriage is a long journey. I always tell people, before you get into that marriage, sit down and have a conversation with the or so-called boyfriend or fiancé. Tell him this is your vision in life. You people need to sit down and discuss where you are going in this life and the journey that either you want to go into politics, either you want to go into business. It's left for you. Do you understand? To discuss with that man, because you need to marry. So the way men need support from their wife is also the way women need support from their husband. So ask her, do you want me? What do you think if I say I want to go into politics? You cannot go and marry the weapon that fashion against you and they expect, no. I don't know if you are getting me. Like, I was coming to this radio program. I have a little daughter. What I did is I prepared her for school. Immediately we dropped her for school. I told my husband, please, can you drop me at Signature TV that I have a program this morning? He said, okay, no problem. He dropped me and he leave immediately to his own office. You get what I'm saying? I did not remember to tell him that I have a program today. But while we are going, I said, please, I'm going to so place. He said, okay, no problem. He just dropped me off immediately and moved. You get what I'm saying? So marry someone that will support you. I have a very good friend of mine, Nena Nozie. I think she's the first female that contests for gubernatorial election in Enugu State. I asked her, so Nena, people are complaining about nocturnal meeting, women going out in at midnight, call for meeting, and I say, how did you manage your husband? I say, if we are having meeting by 2 a.m., my husband is the one that takes me to that place. Did you understand? Did you see the support now? If you are having meeting by 2 a.m., my husband is the one that takes me to that place for the meeting. He will wait for me. When we finish, even if it is 4 a.m., he will drive me back to our house. I say, oh, this is beautiful. Does it in any way affected your home while you are running police? He said, no. Because she planned herself very well. This time, she have time for her family. She discussed it with the husband. the first thing is to marry someone that supports you, someone that understands where you are going. Because if you don't, if you marry, like I said, if you marry weapon that fashion against you, there is going to be a problem, because you'll be saying A, the person will be saying B, and it's not going to work. That is why at the middle of the road we see the marriage will crash. They will not say the woman is stubborn. Like I always tell women, before you get married, have something doing. It's very important. Don't say, hey, if I marry, sometimes I ask some young girls, what are you doing? What's your plan, for the future? She said, I just finished school. I'm just waiting to get married. I said, go and learn a skill. Go, if you don't have a job, go and do something. Before you marry someone, make sure that you people sit down and discuss all these things. It's very important. That is that support that we are talking about. If my husband is supporting me in what I am doing, the kind of nature of my job, I travel a lot. I travel frequently, which I travel always. Okay, if we did not discuss all these things, by now we might have been having issues from what people are telling him. Every time your wife is in this hotel, or this big hotel, if you didn't see her in Transcorp, she's in the Sheraton, she's in this place, how are you coping, and the rest of the he will simply tell him she's doing her job. So number one thing, any woman that wants to join politics, check the mentality of the man that you got married to. Are we going to do this? Or even if you people, you have not discussed it before, sit him down, say, oh, I have this plan. Look at, because the more you grow, the more you are having so many vision and mission ideas coming up to you. So I think I need to do this. Sit down and discuss. Some of them will say, if you try this thing, you will leave my house. They always use that threat on women as if that if you leave their house, that will be the end of the world. No, you cannot threat a woman that have something doing, that if you leave my, maybe you are the one that might lose at the end. You get what I'm saying? So have a supportive husband who will always support you and even guide you better on what it is. A win-win. If your wife is winning, are you winning? Ngozi Okonji-Iweala now, anywhere they go, is it not the husband's name? If you call Ngozi, call Okonji-Iweala, is it not the husband's name? It's a glory. The man is taking the glory. Anywhere the man enters now, the next thing is, this is Ngozi Okonji-Iweala. People will respect him. They will accord him. They will tell him, oh, thank you for supporting this woman. You get what I'm saying? So that is fact about life. So when a woman is, if your woman is winning, you are winning. That's why sometimes when I hear that the man is jealous of the wife, I begin to ask, a woman that you got married to is successful and you are getting angry that your wife is, that one is not husband. No, that one is not husband, because your husband will support you as long as you know what you are doing, that you don't go there and mess around, you don't go there and start flirting around. You are a woman of and values, a woman of impact. You know what you want to do. So why won't your husband support you? A lot of them doing like Dora Akunyiri, we know the husband. You cannot, if you call Dora Akunyiri, is it not the husband's name? So anywhere he comes out, and they respect him for that. It's a win-win.
Right. But again, another issue is a reluctance that comes with women joining politics. I mean, we've seen that over time. In fact, at some point, you'd have to even beg them to even join politics. Some of them, if not, most of them, see politics as something that is not something they can delve on to make it a career, and that is showing even in the numbers of people, women who are in the House of Reps, a number of people who are even in the Senate, a number of people who are even in the State House of Assembly, and this idea around, look, we cannot be calling a woman to a man a certain position, because you cannot call a married woman by 12 midnight to come and have a meeting of politicians that the decision has been made. So there's an issue of reluctance. There's also an issue of reluctance in terms of women coming out. And there's also the issue of women supporting women. And then there's also the issue of men themselves not accepting to put certain women in positions, because they know that this giving them this position can even cost them their marriages.
It's not going to cost them their marriage anything. That is why I told you, Charles. Number one, like you said, why are women? Because they see it has become a norms. It has become a norms that a woman going into power is not necessary, it's for men. But now, what are we doing? We keep training women. That is why I told you about our academy, where we educate women. And now they are understanding the importance of politics. You say in House of Assembly, did men give women chance to even that? You say when you said something before that politics is a dirty game because of the sometimes the killing and the rest of them. That is why I see some women it scares them away, and they will tell you that men have a godfatherism. That now women are I told them we have to start having godmothers now that will be backing women up. And let me tell you, so many women are ready because they have understood their power to go into politics. A lot of women are not even afraid. And now, some of them that are indicating interest that they want to go into politics, what are we doing? In their constituency, in their local government, in their communities, we started educating them now. We started having a program for the people in the communities and started telling her, this is the person that you people need to support. And we cannot just tell them to support her because is she really qualified to go for that? Once that person is qualified and they believe in her, we keep telling them, let the person go. And now they are understanding the values, the power of a woman, what a woman can do. This Natasha issue have opened the eyes of a lot of women, and the women will tell you, let's go, whatever will happen, let it happen. We are going to take this position. That is why we keep training them. And I promise you, from now, even if it is not 2027, even if it is another time, I know by the next election or even whether 2027 or not, there is a lot of women that even young girls now are coming out in this Enugu state. I know some young girls that are SA to what, SA to this one, and the rest of them. Very soon, that is why I always tell them, make sure you have your own money. So when they call for this form, for you to get a form, you will be able to get it. And our godmothers now are ready. I know one of them that said, I'm ready to support any young girl that say she wants to go into politics as long as you know what you want to go there to do. So you see, we are coming up with our godmotherism now. That very soon, very soon, by the way things are going, we will get it right. Women are beginning to understand that their work is not just in the kitchen, but also in the society at large, to impact the society. And they are beginning to understand is that politics is not just for men, it's for everybody. And you need to stand on your ground. Not when they say, whoa, you start to running. No, if they back, as long as you, yes, not, sometimes people comes with intimidation and you become scared. They want to know. Stand on your ground. If you don't fight, normally as a person, you fight battles. There are battles you fight and make sure you win the battle. So you also fight before you know what is happening, you win it. And we keep encouraging other women to stop talking down on their fellow women. Support that woman. Before you know what is happening, we will get it right, definitely.
All right, Ijeoma Joy Oguadimma, many thanks for your time. We truly appreciate your analysis. I know you have always been positive and passionate about women in politics through your organization, and I'm sure that in due course, we know we are counting down to 2027 elections. I know that those activities would soon start, especially for women. We want to state categorically that we support every activity that you're doing, and we're also looking forward to a collaboration with you in terms of training and retraining of women in that direction. Many thanks for your time.
Thank you very much, Charles.
Save Nature TV. News in your pocket.